Shalom Aleichem Rabbi Isai. This week I'd like to address an old topic in possibly a new light. An old topic, the legendary confrontation between Esav and Yaakov. And this confrontation, Rabbi Isai, is chazed over every year, Baruch Hashem. And it is the root of all, of all relation we have. Everything that the Torah tells us about Yaakov and Esav, about their conversations. This is the relationship between Yaakov and Esav. This is, rooted in these few words, can give us light in the whole picture. And the famous confrontation where Yaakov Avinu tries to convince Esav to take his gift. Esav says, Yesh Li Rav, and Yaakov Avinu succeeds in convincing him by saying, Yesh Li Kol. So there's a lot in those words which open up new understandings for us in Yaakov and Esav. We've spoken about it in the past, and this year I'd like to approach this statement a little bit in a new light, in a different way, actually based on what we said previously in Parashas Vayetze, which is a new chap for me. It's a new thought, and I'm not claiming it to be Torah's emes, but it's definitely something that can be applied, and it's a worthwhile thought to delve into. So last week we did spend a lot of time trying to go through the idea presented in the Michtav Melio, explaining to us what is it exactly about Yaakov Avinu that was so special, and what was his midah, and how is it expressed in the parasha, and in general, what is Yaakov Avinu all about? And in short, we can quickly chazer that over and say that Yaakov Avinu was the midas emes, and emes is aleph mem tov. That's the beginning of the aleph base, the middle of the aleph base, the end of the aleph base, which resembles absolute shleimus. Everything is included. Aleph, mem, tov, everything's included. Emes is, we translate it as truth, but it seems like Rav Dessler translates it as ultimate shleimus, koilel everything, mamish. And the chiddush that lies beneath that statement is that even the ra be'etzem is a kli, is a vessel that the Rebbeinu Shalom created in order to bring out something positive. Like the Rebbeinu Shalom himself said, after he created the world, Vayar Lakim es kol asher asa v'hine tov ma'od, and Chazal tell us tov ma'od, the Rebbeinu Shalom was referring to the Yetzer Hara. The Yetzer Hara is not only tov, but it's tov ma'od, and that's ki'ilu, that's a statement coming from Yehuda Shalolam, the Rebbeinu Shalom, who is the ultimate shleimus. He's able to say that Ra is Toiv, and Yaakov Avinu, which is hard to fathom, Yaakov Avinu, durch his avoida, and how the Michtav Melio continues over there, we didn't go into that piece, but his unbelievable amelus, if you want to call it that, amelus b'Torah, and his ability to stay connected to Torah, Yom and V'layla, without sleep, brought him to that unbelievable madrega of shleimus. Kiviyachal, we said, it's like the midah of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, almost, where it's able to be hoifech a davar ra into a davar tov. That is what Yaakov Avinu is all about. That is the specialty of the Am Yisrael, that he's koilel hakol. Now, I had a new thought this year. What does the word Rav mean? And I find it even relevant to some current events which are going on right now, and it was a chiddush to me. And again, I'm suggesting it as a chiddush. I don't know if it is 100% correct, but it was, a new thought which got me excited, which I'd like to share. Rav, the word harbe, for example, harbe. So we know the laws of shroshim, and excuse me. Hey is typically not part of a shoirish. So the word harbe, hey, reish, beis, hey, if you take out the hays, you're left with rav. So harbe, which means a lot, right? If you go down to the shoirish, now the shoirish, that's what it means, a lot. Rav means many. Rav is a lot. So we know that harbe means a lot, and rav means a lot. Rav means a lot. But there is another word that is constructed with the same resh and the beis, also with a, let's say, with a problematic letter, quote unquote, a problematic letter, which, again, this is not a flat-out rule that anytime you find one of these letters, it is not part of a shoirish. I spoke to a few people about this. When you find certain letters in a word, it could be part of the shoirish, but it also can be, not part of a shoirish. When you find one of these letters, the Leona letters, Lamed, Yud, Vav, Nun, Hey. Those letters, when they're found in words, can make up the shoirish or can be removed, and the shoirish would be left with the remaining letters. So there's another word constructed with a resh and a beis, together with a yud, and that's riv, a fight, a war, which fits very well in this week's parsha because, throughout many midrashim, and Rashi brings some of them, this whole preparation and stuff like this whole conversation was even though when we lay in the psukim, we don't see it face value, but Rashi dedicates a lot of koiches over here, and the midrashim go on and on and on. Yaakov Avinu was preparing for war. He ran away from his brother because his brother wanted to kill him, and now he's coming back and he's preparing himself for the worst case scenario. And it's war mamish. It's coming to fight Esav. Now, the way Yaakov Avinu did it with the presents and the this and the machnas, there's a lot going on in this week's parsha, which I don't claim to have a full understanding or even a little bit of an understanding in it. But one thing is for sure, there's a war going on. Yaakov Avinu is preparing for war. He's preparing for a riv, for a fight. Now, let's just be misboinen together. What does that mean? What is a riv be'etzem? What is a fight? What are the dynamics of a fight, of a war? Okay, I like to use that word war because we're in a war right now. And we have to understand what's happening, and also me'ider gisa, what to look forward to as from Jews who are mamen be'emunah shalema, masayavoy ve'yeroi, right? Mekabel pnei Mashiach. What are we looking forward to? What is that going to look like? I don't know, but let's think about this together for a second. A riv is a fight. A fight can't happen, okay, if there's not an opposing force. It's one against one, or many against many, whatever. There is two sides to the fight. And that's a mitzias. A fight means there's 1 against 1 or 10 against 10, right? There's an opponent. Rav is miloshen riv over here. Also, Esav is coming to fight, and Esav is claiming Yesh Li Rav. I have many. I have Rav. A Rav also means, by the way, we have a Rav and a Talmud, a Rebbe, and the Talmud. Rav is the powerful one. Rav is the teacher. Correct? So Rav is the one that's, let's call it the one that's victorious over this Riv. When there is a fight, there is always going to be a winner and a loser. But the loser is still alive. He's still alive, usually, right? He's not eradicated completely. And there's a winner. Usually you wave a flag, you don't get up. Let's say in a boxing match, you just, TKO, you stay down, right? There's a winner and a loser. There's a Rav and there's a loser. That's a sign of koyach, strength. I'm strong. Yesh Li Rav. When it comes to a fight, I'll put up a fight and I'll be victorious, I'll be Rav. There's a milchama. Yesh Li Rav. I have kalim to fight a war and be victorious and be a Rav. But when you subdue an opponent, the opponent is still there. He's still there. He's weak. He's no longer a threat, but he's still there. We mentioned this last week. It was mamash b'derech agav. The Michtav Milio writes that there's two bechinas of a tzaddik who is constantly being goiver over his yetzer hara. He's winning the war. He is overcoming his yetzer hara time and time again, and he's allowing himself to do his avodas Hashem and keeping the yetzer hara in check. That's a great and unbelievable maila. But the yetzer hara is still there. He is still there. He's not away and done with. He's no longer a threat, but he's still there. And that's really what happens all the time. By any war, any mundane war, there is somebody left. There is a Rav, there is a winner, and there is a loser. And that loser is still there. He's never eradicated. Now I know that it's the opposite way over here, right? There's the Esav who's claiming the Rav, right, against the Yaakov. That doesn't sound so good. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just I'm right. So that's what Esav represents, the Rav. Comes Yaakov Avinu and he says Yesh Li Koil, and we're going to understand that with the same yesod that we said last week. Yaakov Avinu represents Koil. He represents Shleimus, everything. Everything is included. Meaning, there is no fight. You're claiming there's a fight, there's a war, and it's all about who has more. Yeah, you might be stronger than me. Yesh Li Rav, you're stronger than me. Could be. Yaakov Avinu is saying there's no war. There is no war. Yesh Li Koil. And that's the midah of Yaakov Avinu, is that there is no Ra over here. There is no battle. Fake news, if you could say that, right? I have everything. I include everything. Everything is included. So there's nobody here. There is nothing here. There is no war. Ein chonami. If it was a war, you're Rav. And a Rav is strong. A Rav is scary. A Rav will overpower you. But we, the Am Yisrael, the Yaakov Avinu, is coming with a different claim. Yesh Li Koil, there is no Malchama B'chalal. You are included in this world, in this Avodas Hashem. You're all part of it. It's all here. It's all included in me. There is no fight. It's fake news. There is no fight. And that's the ultimate gvura, Rabbi Isai. We're in the middle of a war. And there's all talk about this, the hostage deal, ceasefires and breaks and stuff like that. Are we going to eradicate Hamas? Are we not going to eradicate Hamas? We're going to do away with them. These are borrowed terms, eradicate. Look at what's going on in the world. Hundreds of thousands of people are supporting this terror group. Right? So we'll put away, let's say they go and they continue, and Mitzvah Hashem, they will continue and put an end to the threat of terror to Am Yisrael, to the Jews in the world, to the Jews in Eretz Yisrael. Halavai. But it's an end to the threat. It's the threat that we're putting an end to with the powers at B that the Rebbeinu Shalom gave us, those kalim, and hopefully we'll use them, in the right way and not koichi v'aitzim yadi and all that kind of stuff. But it's a war where it's called the olim gavar. It's a lashon in Chazal, called the olim gavar. Whoever's stronger will win. That means there will be a winner and there will be a loser. They're still there, but they're no longer a threat. We hope. Let's go that far. Let's get there. Be'ez Hashem, that they will be put away as no longer being a threat to Klal Yisrael, to the whole world. Right? It's a scary thing. This whole war. But it's still a milchama, and it's a question of kol olam gavar. What are we waiting for? What are you and I waiting for? We are waiting for Mashiach to come. And when Mashiach comes, something else is going to happen, Rabbi Yisai. Something else, something more amazing. The midah and the shleimus of koil. There is no threat. Everything is here for one purpose. That is the goal. That is the ultimate geula. Yesh Li Rav. That's what we are looking forward to, and that is different than what's going on now, right now. But it's tahalichim. It's gonna come. It's gonna come, and that's a new idea and something exciting to look forward to. Be'ez Hashem. Everybody should have a wonderful week.